Hello everyone, welcome back to Webnestify channel, your go-to channel for all things open source, self-hosted, digital cloud solutions, security, and everything in between. Now, you already know I'm usually not a big fan of security plugins. I prefer to handle things at the server level whenever possible. But there are few exceptions like WordFence and PatchStack. And today, I'm adding another one to that list, Really Simple Security. This plugin offers some powerful features that even a server-level security enthusiast like me can appreciate. So let's dive in and see how it can help secure your WordPress site with just a few clicks. But if you are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to stay updated on the latest tips and tools for optimizing your digital workspace. But first, a brief introduction of Really Simple Plugins company. Really Simple Plugins is a leading name in WordPress ecosystem, known for trusted tools like Really Simple Security and Compliance. Founded by Rogier Langhorst and his team, they create high-quality, user-friendly plugins that makes complex tasks like website security and privacy compliance easy to manage. Unlike AI-generated plugins, each product is crafted by real developers with focus on performance, security, and compliance. With over 4 million active installations of Really Simple Security alone, they've become a top choice for website owners worldwide. For reliable developer-built solutions that you can trust, choose Really Simple Plugins. As you can see, Really Simple Plugins is a leading European-based company dedicated to crafting high-quality WordPress plugins. I've personally managed the Slovakian translation for their products for many years, and I've seen firsthand how their recent rebrand from Really Simple SSL to Really Simple Security is making it even easier for users to secure their websites with robust new features. One of their standout qualities is their focus on ease of use and performance. Their team conducts extensive performance tests to compare Really Simple Security with other security plugins, ensuring it delivers top-notch protection without slowing down your site. And the best part? They'll be sharing these test results with the community soon, so keep an eye out. Another impressive feature is their vulnerability management. They work closely with WPvulnerability to monitor potential security threats, ensuring that your site stays protected against emerging risks. They are also in ongoing discussions with the PatchTech team to integrate Really Simple Security with PatchTech services. This will allow users to benefit from PatchTech's vulnerability reporting while ensuring that Really Simple Security covers nearly all identified issues, making it a comprehensive solution for your website safety. And now, let's take a look of all features. But before we jump into the features, I also wanted to show you their blog post and journey towards Really Simple Security and the reason why they included new and more comprehensive feature to Really Simple SSL, which is now being rebranded. As you can see, you can learn some history how Really Simple SSL started, and what I liked the most that they was developing it Really Simple Security for over 2 years, and they invited Peter Tack to join their team. Peter is a security researcher with over 20 years experience for all security related things. ISO, CISA, CISP, everything what you can do in cloud security, which is really great to see that Really Simple Security have professionals behind this new plugin. So I will include this link to this blog post in the description so we can read it. And now we can jump to take a look of all features that Really Simple Security provides. So first feature is WordPress hardening. And when we open it, you can see some basic hardening features which many plugins can include, right? But now you get everything in one nice package. Then also you can get advanced hardening features, for example, disable HTTP methods, rename and randomize database prefix, which I don't usually use. In my opinion, is not really feature that is necessary because you can still find the database prefix if you know what you're doing. But yeah, it is there. Many people want to use it, so it's there. But there's no problem for me. Also, what I like to do is granular XML RPC limitation. You will be able to generate policies for XML RPC if you need it to be enabled. All permission checks, custom login URL, etc. Here you can read more about XML RPC. Also, another feature is file change detection, which is also very good. WordFans also have it. And that's basically it for the WordPress hardening. There are a lot more. So let's go back and let's see the login protection. I also like to see login protection built in into Really Simple Security because most of the plugins you will need to have as a standalone feature, right? And less plugins, always the better. Remember that. So for the login protection, you can enable two-factor authentication. You can also enforce 2FA methods per user role, which is great. And you can also onboard 2FA via WP login screen. So that's very, very good to see it also. Another great feature is to limit login attempts, right? You can temporarily block IP addresses, usernames. And standout feature for the limit login attempts is you can limit login possibilities to relevant geographic regions. As for my knowing, I know you can enable it with PatchStack Premium in their dashboard. But for those who are not using PatchStack Premium, it's great to see that it is included. And also, you can allow users to unblock themselves using CAPTCHA. Another great thing is the password security because now you can enforce strong passwords on every user on the WordPress website. You can enforce frequent password change policy that I recommend to do every 90 days to reset passwords. And you got also password check from Have I Been Pwned API database. So if some user enter password which have been in breached, they won't be able to use it. And this is seriously very important feature that prevents many websites takeovers. Because as many of you know, some people can be lazy with their password hygiene and they are reusing the passwords all the time. So if that password have been leaked, they won't be able to use it. All right, let's go back, check another features, which for the, this feature, vulnerability management, I'm so excited to see. So WordPress benefits from large community of security researchers that look for possible exploits in WordPress core, plugins, and themes. Really Simple Security arms your website with vulnerability detection and automated measures. So what can we read more about the vulnerability management? As you can see, Really Simple Security checks whether your site uses plugins, themes, or WP core versions that are vulnerable or have known vulnerabilities. And they can also categorize each vulnerability based on severity. They will scan your site twice a day and immediately scans newly uploaded themes, plugins, which is great. You also get access to vulnerability notifications, you can get email reports, admin notice, and plugin overview warning. You can also enforce force update sequence. That means even if you don't have enabled auto updates by default, you can configure Really Simple Security to force update in case of vulnerability above a certain severity. So for example, if the plugin vulnerability severity is below 5, you don't need to enforce the plugin update. But if it's above 5 or 9.9 or 10, then it will need to be updated automatically so you won't wake up into the compromised website. And also they have the quarantine feature. So properly maintained plugins and themes will have a security patch released well before the vulnerability becomes public knowledge. As last resort, Really Simple Security can quarantine components affected by critical vulnerabilities if no patch becomes available. And you get several options. You can deactivate and quarantine affected plugins or themes. You can integrate it with the force update measures, and you will get also email notification prior to quarantine. And Really Simple Security gets the vulnerabilities from WP Vulnerabilities API. And I also spoke with Leon, and they are working with Bedstack to integrate their API into this plugin, which is is very good that they are looking forward into the plugin vulnerabilities, because it's really important that we know straight away when the plugin will become exploited. And usually you will get notifications 48 hours before they release this vulnerability to the public. So this is really important. All right. And also you will get some firewall, which is standard for many security plugins. You can get 404 blocking, region restrictions, which is great if you don't want to use Cloudflare, etc., where you can set up your own firewall. And yeah, I think the firewall is pretty self-explanatory. And you can also you will also have visitor protection, which you will get HSTS and HSTS preload by default. You can enable it, which is another great feature. You can do it many ways. You can enable it on Cloudflare level. You can get it via, what is it called? The HTTP headers. I created a guide covering all HTTP headers. Or if you don't want to look at the code, you can do it through Really Simple Security plugin. And as you can see, you have all kinds of HTTP headers. You will get also access to content security policy generator. So you will use the learning mode to automatically configure those headers. Even if a malicious scripts are injected, the browser will not load them because you enable content security policy. So for example, if your website got hacked and somebody wants to load external JavaScript to harvest credentials from the visitors, there's no chance they will get it unless they change, those security headers. But usually they don't, because those are just script kiddies, AI, bots, etc. Okay, so that's it. And of course, SSL, like SSL in 2024, we don't need to even talk about it. But yeah, some sites still don't using, but yeah. So what about pricing? I think the Really Simple Security Pro is priced very, very reasonable. You can get a personal single license for 49 euros a year. If you have 5 domains, those are for 99 euros. And if you are agency, 25 domains for 199 euros. And you will get also a multi-site plugin if you're running multi-site. And also, if you manage more than 25 websites, you will get even a bigger discount. So as you can see, from 25 to 100 domains, 399. And as you go up with the websites, the price goes down for the website license, like for €2.46. And then if you want to add another additional domains to your plan, you will get only one domain for €1.99, which is no brainer. And this pricing is like meant for a bigger agency, so you can upsell or include really simple security in your offerings for your customers. And what I can tell you that Webnestify has also become partner with Really Simple Security, and I'll be including Really Simple Security plugin for all Webnestify customers free of charge, of course. All right, so pricing we covered, and I think now it's time to take a look to the WordPress dashboard and install the plugin and configure some features. Alright everybody, so now let's explore a really simple security free plugin for the WordPress. So I have a fresh WordPress instance, and when we go to plugins, add a new plugin, we can search for really simple security. So we can just search for simple. And as you can see, it comes as a first search result with over 4 million active installations, 5-star rating for over 8,000 reviews, which is very, very great to see. Not many security plugins get those kind of high rating and high usage. So let's install it. And once we activate the plugin, we will be presented by the welcome screen, the basic configuration. So first what you need to do or select is your hosting provider. So you can choose whatever you use. This is optional, you don't need to use it. But if you are using any hosting provider from the dropdown, choose that, right? So SSL have been detected. We can activate SSL, which we already have. Next step will be set your email for notification, for firewall detections, plugin vulnerabilities. You will specify the email that you want to include it. You can save and continue. And by default, we will enable some essential security like vulnerability scan, some WordPress hardening, and a mixed content fixer. You can enable it. And if you want to enable another plugins from really simple plugins like burst statistics, compliance, or terms and condition generator, feel free to do it. These are really great plugins. So we can skip this. Here we get some pro features, which we take a look later. And we can do finish. So now we have some tasks to set up. So we need to complete email validation to enable notifications, right? To make sure you will receive them. So we can click view, and here you can send email verification, and then you open the link and it will be verified. Alright, so yeah, for the dashboard, I think that we can clear this, and when we go to the settings, you can still choose the settings you want to use. For example, many of those are behind the Pro. For the SSL, redirect method is, for example, if you are on Apache or Lightspeed Enterprise, you can use htaccess 300.01 redirect. If you are on Nginx, Open Lightspeed, PHP is way to go, because Nginx and Open Lightspeed does not support the htaccess rules. Okay, mixed content. Mixed content is if you have some resources still served over HTTP. So this will find all resources and migrate them over HTTPS. But it is for the Pro feature, which you can scan your website for mixed content things. So we can click save and continue. Save and continue. Those are security headers. You can either set it up via htaccess or via PHP. You can check my guide if you want to know how to do it. And also you can read more about those on my security guide that I created months ago. And yeah, if you don't want to use my guide, you can click more info and you will get information about all the security headers that you might want to use. But as you can see, you can only enable it in the Pro feature. So we go to vulnerability scanner, which is great. This is included in free. I really like to see, because you can get notifications if you have vulnerable plugins for free, right? Which is great. And for the automatic measures, of course, this is behind the pro feature where you can specify some rules, what you want to do if you have vulnerable plugin. Okay, let's go save and continue. We get some basic security hardening. Block the username admin. I like to enable it, which is great. Can save and continue. And we have advanced features in the pro feature. Okay, two-factor authentication is great that we have also in free, and we want to enforce it to anyone. Grace period means you specify how much time you give the user to set up 2FA, right? I usually give 1 day, and yeah. Now we can enable the email two-factor authentication. If you want to use application for 2FA, you will need to get Pro. We can click save and continue, password security for Pro. And I think everything else is for Pro, so let me just go and activate the Pro version of Really Simple Security. Let me activate the Pro version, and now we can enable those advanced features. So we can click finish. And your site is not yet configured for HSTS preload list. We can click view and we can enable it. And 2 years is really good to have it. So we can click save and continue. Here you can specify which essential security headers you want, and always follow the recommendations that they provided. And for the permissions policy, you can enable what permissions you want to have on your website. And always you can read more by clicking the button to read more. So let's go save, continue, content security policy. At the beginning, if you want to generate really great CSP policy, you must enable learning mode. That means it will monitor for all the violations of content security policy, and then you will get option to whitelist those violations. So we can click save continue, cross origin policy, save continue. Vulnerability scan is done 2 times a day, and now we can configure some rules. Alright, so if you want to enable email notification, you can enable for which types of vulnerabilities you want to get notified. And here for the measures, force update critical, and I would just use like medium risk. I would update everything, right? And we can save and continue. Basic hardening is fine. For the advanced, you can change the debug log file location, disable application passwords, which I recommend. If you are not using applications, you should not be using those. And you can also do file permission check, disable HTTP methods. So yeah, those are by default, which is great. And you can rename and randomize your database prefix, which I'm not using, so yeah. And also you can enable learning mode for XML RPC. We can click save and continue. And now you can enforce two-factor authentication for every user, because now we have Pro version. So let's go editor, author, contributor, subscriber, click save and next. And now we need to enforce strong password. We need to enforce also the password frequent change for every single user. This is completely up to you how you configure it, but I like to use it for every single user. And change password every 6 months. And also good thing is that you can limit logged in session duration. So you can set it up to 8 hours. I like to do it 30 minutes, but I would also like to see that you can specify your own timeout feature, which is really great. You don't wanna be logged in if you leave your workstation and somebody come over and do something malicious, right? And also hide the remember me checkbox. Definitely do it. You have a password manager, use password manager, and enable compromise password check. This is must. So we can click save and continue. And now we can limit the login attempts, 3 attempts, interval 15 minutes, lockout duration 2 months. There's no problem. And that's pretty it for this. I think you can also add regions that you want to allow or block, which is really great feature. If you don't using quick CDN or Cloudflare, or you don't know how to configure it in Cloudflare, you have options to configure it in Really Simple Security plugin, which is really, really convenient. And we have the event log. So we can click save and continue. Firewall is enabled. You can specify some 404 blockings, rules if you want, and also continents, regions, etc. etc. This is my IP, save continue logs, and that's basically it. And when we go to our dashboard, as you can see, we are fully configured. And now I want to show you the 2FA enforcement for a new user. So let me go to the user section. We're gonna add our new user, username testing at testing.com, and let me try to add some weak password, right? So for example, admin. We cannot add new user because our password is weak. So we're gonna generate a new one, copy this in the clipboard, and we're gonna choose a subscriber, right? So we're gonna add our new user, and now we can log out, use testing, we can log in, and we can save or update the password, and now you will be presented by the 2FA setup screen. And you can only skip it today, right? Because we set 1 day enforcement. So we go continue, and here you can scan the QR code with the mobile application, or if you have Bitwarden, you can just open the Bitwarden like this, click view, edit, and now you scan this QR code, authenticator key added, you can click save, copy the 2FA, this one, and also you want to download the backup code first, so we're gonna save it, and we can submit. And now we enable 2FA without scanning the QR code. We edit everything securely into our Bitwarden password manager. So let me demonstrate the login. And this is really great feature for Bitwarden, because if you store also 2FA, it will be automatically copied to clipboard when you try to log in. So as you can see, I'm gonna use the shortcut, and now I can paste the security code, and we are logged in automatically, so which is really great. All right, so yeah, I think it is now done, the plugin dashboard and overview of the features in the WordPress. And now let's wrap up some things. Thank you for joining me today as we explore the powerful features of Really Simple Security. If you are looking for a security plugin that combines ease of use with top-notch performance, Really Simple Security is a perfect choice. I'm also very grateful for my partnership with Really Simple Plugins, and want to give a special shout out to Leon for outstanding communication and support. So if you are interested in upgrading to the Pro version, I've got an affiliate link for you, so you can support this channel and my work. And also you can use code Really Simple Security for 20% off until end of the month. It's a fantastic opportunity to secure your WordPress site with a tool that's about user-friendly and efficient. As always, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more tips and reviews. Stay secure, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.